welcome today to this special broadcast. My name is Dr. LOTANNA OkOye, and I'm excited to have you on the platform today. This very station is your station, and I look forward to you helping to share this, helping to talk to your friends about this very station and the things you're learning here. So this season, we're going to be running a series that cuts across every single thing you need to know, every single thing you need to do to prepare for a better year, and even when you are in 2024. So very important. We are going to be starting today by talking to you on the issue of planning, the topic of planning. Planning is so important that every single individual needs to plan ahead of time. It always says that when you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? And I know the truth is a lot of us planned in 2023, but the question is what happened? And it's important that we evaluate, we look into our year that is just rounding off, and ask ourselves a question: what really happened? And then you are able to plan ahead of tomorrow and, of course, begin to put the agenda in place. Okay, so planning is what we can call an assertion. You're trying to put priorities in place of what to do and how to do it. Planning focuses on what you want to do and how you want to do it. And it's so important that you understand the what. What is the objectives, and the how is the strategy. Therefore, it is one of the primary tasks, of a manager. So some of you that are managers of organization, first of all, manager of your life, okay? And then of an organization, of a foundation, of a company, of government agency, whatever it is you do, it's so important. So before you do something, before doing anything, it's important as a manager, as a leader of your own life, of your family, that you are able to form an opinion on how it's going to happen. So it's an inner work. You need to work on your mind, and you are asking the question, how will this work? So planning most times starts from your way of thinking. It starts from sitting down to brood, over that concept, brood over that idea, and being able to tell yourself, this is how I think this should go. Now, therefore, planning is firmly, where it is very close to when you talk about direction. You're seeking a direction on how things should go. You discover a major way of getting things done, and of course, it has to do with creativity. You have to think on the better ways. How can I do this better? For some of us, we did a couple of things in 2023. The question is, in 2024, how better can I make this happen? So that means you need to engage your mind. That brings you about, to the place of creativity. Now, as a manager, first of all, you set goals, but not just managers now. As an individual, you need to set goals. So I'm speaking to you because I believe you're going to be running a business, or you're already running one, or you're managing an organization, or you're going to be managing one. So you get me from that angle, okay? So as a manager, you first by setting goals. Setting goals talk about forecasting results. It's talking about what you want to see, possible things you want to see. And the goals for the year is so important that you begin to set it now. And then planning is an essential step that manager who you are must do for all levels of your organization. If you are the top management level, you need to make this happen for your company, for the people under you. And of course, you need to engage them in the course of planning. Of course, it's also so important because these results serve as a motivational factor. When they see the goals and when they get a couple of these results, you are going to notice your team will be excited about what they've achieved. So goal helps performance. Goals, again, help people to see that we have a task ahead of us, and then they think about how do we make it work. So more or less, planning has to do with the how. How do we get the job done? How do we get a better life in 2024? How am I going to get that building done? How am I going to get the new car? Whatever it is that is your goal, it's important. We're going to be looking at types of goals with time, but now we're looking at planning. So planning is the first function of a manager of management that precedes every other function. Therefore, the planning function involves decision of what to do. You must decide on what to do. So for some of us that have you find yourself in the path of indecision, most times it's tough for you to decide. Now you need to change that. You need to look at your life, look at where you're going to, and ask yourself, what must I do? Very important. And once you do that, you begin to plan towards that. You proceed towards that. Now, we're going to be looking at steps to planning with time. But just as an introductory note for today, planning has to do with seeing the future. And that talks about when you put it down on paper, it's called a goal. And then you begin to break it down on how are we going to get this done. So the question is, have you started planning for the next coming year? You don't wait till you get into the war front before you start, learning how to shoot guns. So the question is, are you ready for 2024? Are you ready for 2024? It's important that we talk to you now and not to wait till you step into the year. Of course, the year is huge and it comes with a lot of blessings. So you need to plan yourself ahead of time. Upcoming next, we're going to be talking about the importance of planning. I'm going to take my time to spell it out so you can get interested in making sure that you have a wonderful year in 2024. And again, sit down to plan. Welcome.